BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi.
Hello everybody, welcome back. So last night we were doing the stream, we were watching this bounce at work. We weren't entirely convinced it was going to do it, but we were amazed to see that something was happening for Bitcoin. The 28,500 area was front run ever so slightly by 28,500 and, well, what was it exactly? 85? So a little front run on there, moved all the way up to a 200 simple moving average. Just another death cross retest as far as simple moving averages are concerned. However, 4 hourly now floating above all other moving averages, which is pretty sweet. And as of this 4 hourly candle body, which is yet to close, we're floating above a 200 exponential moving average. So the excitement in my voice, I can't express how interesting this looks. But today isn't so much about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just one part of the equation. Today I'm going to present to you the chainlink video. That's right. So again, on the stream last night, obviously we do these Patreon live streams. Feel free to join. Links in the description below. We were looking at how bullish, which it is actually, or should we call it a just change of behaviour, but it's technically bullish. Chainlink's chart actually is on a daily. So, you know me, I love a trend, and the trend has been good since the bottom of this accumulation zone. We can zoom out, we can see a giant accumulation zone between $5 and $9.50. So 100% accumulation range. We've been in here for over a year now. I say all the time we should be taking advantage of this, because even though Chainlink is not likely to be a millionaire starter kit, from this accumulation zone is definitely going to make you some money down the line. Like, you know, Chainlink escaped the crosshairs of the SEC somehow, and is just allowed to just carry on without any negative press or FUD or whatever. It's a highly used blockchain. It's old school, and it seems to have its own cycle. And if that's the case, what we're seeing is this accumulation probably coming to an end soon. And it could even do something similar to the way that XRP does, which is move against the market. It just does its own thing. It's old enough now, it's mature enough to do those sort of moves. Which is why I suppose it's good to have it in your portfolio at least anyway, because it's a decent diversifier like XRP is to the market, you know, for better, for worse. And so what we're seeing now is a subtle change of behaviour. So we've got golden crosses forming on your exponential moving averages on the daily, which you don't normally have. We've got a pump signal generated on the Ichimoku cloud on the daily. And if we look back in time, when was the last time we had anything like this? You know, we really do have to go back in time. So there was a golden cross at this point over here in 2021, after it had already had a parabolic peak. So it peaked, crashed, and then moved up, and then got a golden cross. It was relatively contrived, but it did go on to make a new high after that. So outside of this is the only example of a golden cross on Chainlink's history. Because if we go back in time to the previous bull market, Chainlink was so bullish, it was born. It was born with a golden cross on Binance's chart here. It had only ever known bullish. And it had continued to be bullish forever. It's basically the most bullish chart in crypto, generally speaking, as far as the previous cycle is concerned. Only knowing up, outperforming Bitcoin consistently throughout a bear market and a bull market, and then did a peak with everybody else, I suppose, in May 2021. But even before then, it was just continuously peaking, If you take it to its Bitcoin pair as well, you see the same kind of behavior on the Bitcoin pair. All the way back, this one goes back even further, so we got all the way back, this is your October 17, so the bull market peak, and then look, even through the bear market, the bull market hadn't even begun yet. You know, we're still in 2018 here. The bull market began probably, in all fairness, around these areas, then continued to peak and peak and peak and peak, and then blew its top off around August 2020 with its Bitcoin pair. So it peaked with its Bitcoin pair before the alt season even began. So interesting stuff. So obviously the Bitcoin pair is wrecked city at the moment, but there is some relevance to what we're looking at here. Same as the tether pair, we've got a pump signal, no golden cross, but we do have the pump signal. So it does look quite good, but let's focus on the USDT pair for the moment. So we've recognized that it's only ever had one golden cross in the past, and that was after its parabolic peak, and it was a bit of a non-event, although it still did yield decent moves, you know. So it went from the cross over here and a retest of it around here. So we went from 25 to what, 38, It's a dead cat bounce move, really. However, this time is definitely different because we've been sideways accumulating for over a year. And these are the best accumulations you can get. Long, drawn out, sideways price action, taking a long time to develop some form of bullish momentum and signal, which is what we've got. We've got technically two signals. The cross itself isn't a signal, it's a strength of trend, where moving averages are crossing to be in the appropriate positions, and they should hopefully continue to diverge, strengthening the uptrend. But the signal itself is definitely from the itchy cloud. Let's have a look on some of these higher term timeframes, like a 3-day, to see if there's anything brewing on the 3-day. Not quite. Oh, hang on a minute. Yes, there is. So you can probably see it yourself. There's a pump signal on the 3-day, and then the simple and exponential, the 200s, back up here, sitting at the 940 zone, which is a major resistance. We've come up to test this while being in the accumulation zone 1, 2, 3 times and almost 4 times. It seems likely that we are going to move up to 490, and then the real question is, do we break 490? Because if we do break 490, you'll see chainlink start to incrementally make big steps up. Probably the next one after 940, I think maybe I've been saying 490, 940 is $18. Then we move straight back up to 27.50 and so on and so on. There's a big major resistance at 35, and then from there it's a matter of claiming all-time highs again. Now, I'm not saying that that's what it's going to do. I'm just saying that the odds are in favor of that sort of move currently, and we have to take each individual resistance for what it's worth. Pump signals are generated on itchy clouds, and you would generally think about selling them at the next major area of resistance. Clearly, we're talking 940 at the moment, and then the rest of it is just hopium. But look, when you accumulate for such a long period of time, and then you start to generate strength of trend and signals like that, then I suppose it is only a matter of time, really, before this actually breaks. We've been over a year in accumulation. Even the weekly has been showing an enormous accumulation style MACD creeping up towards the 0 point, had a little bit of a blip and then continued back up, and now it would look as though we're trying to reclaim the 0 point, which for me is going to be bullish momentum. We've not done it yet. This is a weekly. It's going to take a little while, obviously, but it looks like bullish momentum is about to creep into the higher term timeframes. So we can see that on the daily is good, the 3-day was good, the 4-hourly got a golden cross retest for strength of trend, and is now trying to move up from there. If we can break this consolidation pattern on the 4-hourly as well, which, I'm not saying that we're going to do, but we could quite do, and it's not far off from that. And we were treating this like a symmetrical triangle, and we're quite far away from the end of the apex, so a breakout, I suppose, between today and tomorrow would probably have continuation, taking it into the 8.5, and obviously from there we'd expect further upside given by the daily and the 3-day. It does look pretty, I'm more than optimistic about how this is going to play. Obviously, if Bitcoin decides to say, no one's moving today, then Chainlink probably won't, because again, we're still in an accumulation, we're still in a short-term consolidation, but the high-term timeframes are saying, look, Bitcoin, if you could hold your price at this level or higher, then I am going to go to town, and I'll be moving up to those, at least the top of the accumulation, which is 940, and from 940, we'll see where we can go from there. So Chainlink finally making some kind of move. One of the better looking charts that we looked at last night. Surprisingly bullish on a variety of time frames, and yeah, I'm all for this to finally start to break out. It's not all bad, is it? It's not all bad. So yeah, sit back, watch and wait. We'll see how the markets perform today, and we'll give Chainlink the benefit of the doubt from what we can see here, and expect it to move up to at least 940. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.